Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to freely assemble and petition the government for a redress of their grievances. It's the First Amendment. It's all that matters.
Welcome to another episode of the Rick Castellano Show. Excuse me a second. NWO. It's Scott Hall night. Oh, excuse me. What am I doing? Thank you, Great Granny. It always comes in handy. It's always time for Diet Ginger Ale. Check the aroma first. Check the vocal cords. Ah, me. Perfect. I'm ready. Delicious. Now, last time I was here, I talked to you about Tim Tebow. You know what? I left a couple things out, so thought I might add them this time. First, to reiterate something I said. After the game, after he pounded Pittsburgh, I don't really hate Pittsburgh. My son likes Pittsburgh, but they got pounded. They got beat. Guess what? The fastest overtime in history. Anyway, after the game, this is what Mr. Tebow said. After he had a great game, he passed for 316 yards. 316, remember? Anyway, after the game, he had a great game. Averaged 31.6 yards a throw. I had a thing and ran for a touchdown. Barreled over Palomalo. Anyway, this is what Mr. Tebow says. First and foremost, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's done so much in my life. Tebow said after the game, and I also want to thank my teammates for the effort they put out there and just showing so much character, whether it's good, whether it's bad, all year, and then our coaches who every game, whether I'm good or bad, stick with me, and I'm very appreciative of that. Anyways, you know what he said about the man that got an 80-yard touchdown run and ran? Folks, I never seen anybody run like this. While it was Broncos wide receiver Demaryius Thomas that did most of the heavy lifting and strong stiff arming on the 80-yard scoring play, Tebow had someone else to thank before Thomas in the game at Mile High, God. And what else did he do? He said Demaryius Thomas made him look good. He didn't say, and I threw that great pass, perfect on the money pass to Demaryius Thomas. No, he said Demaryius Thomas made him look good. Folks, I'm done with old news. Now on with new news. First of all, Suggs, smoke 'em. The real Castellano's back. We're going to go to commercial break, and we're going to get right down to business. And believe me, you saw the nice Castellano? The New World Order. Yeah! We're back. Now for the favorite time, my favorite part of the program. What? When Castellano doesn't hold nothing back. Folks, you need to hear. Believe me. My mom needs to hear. She don't listen to me. But anyways, I'm trying to tell you. Castellano did some research. And guess what I found out? Why have play guessing games? Let's get right down to the meat of it. New website called Obamalies? No, it's not Castellano's personal website. It's not my email address. It's a real website, Obamalies. Now, Mr. Producer,
yeah.
Would you please put that up there? The website?
Obamalies.com, yeah.
Obamalies.com. Folks, research it. Fact check it. It's the truth. For all you people that watch MSNBC or CNN, the Communist News Network, okay, you get your daily dose of lies. Rick, well, do you believe in Fox? No, Fox even picks on it. They pick on the Republicans too. You know what? But at least I get an alternative. They tell both sides of the story. I got to hear CNN, these guys, these goofs. They never vetted Obama, but Castellano's going to vet him right now for all you folks. You know, look, if you think Castellano's partisan, you're probably right. I'm partisan, but I look out for you. If somebody's lying, if they're Republican, if they're Italian, whoever they are, I tell the truth. Sometimes I hate it when somebody I care about does it, but I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm not politically correct. And if you want to be Castellano's friend, you better be on the up and up because he might do an episode called "It's Time to Set the Record Straight 2." Remember the last one. Anyway.
There's videos for each of your stories here, by the way.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Producer just reminded me, all these stories I'm about to tell you, there's videos on Obamalies. What is it? .com?
Obamalies.com.
I'm not going to need this, Mr. Obama. Here's one of your scrawny arms. Go play basketball with it. Excuse me a second. I'd like to dunk one of your ears in one of the baskets. All right. It's beginning to look a lot like a dictator. Let me say, wait, it's the holiday season. So, oh, it's beginning to look a lot like a dictator. Look, he goes in when Congress, the Republicans, were in pro forma. They were ready. Just because Harry Reid did the same thing, just in case the president wanted to appoint any lame duck session appointees, or when Congress is in a session they wanted to do it, they had people on standby to work. But what did he do? He snuck around it. He doesn't care about the Constitution. So, Mr. Obama, your buddy Hugo Chavez that you hug and kiss, and Ahmadinejad that you invite him to the White House, and King Abdullah from Saudi Arabia that you bowed and kissed his ring. It ain't gonna work anymore, buddy. We're on to you. So you'll begin to look a lot more like a dictator. What do? I'm gonna bring everybody together, like Hitler. Castellano, you call him Hitler? Then what are you doing? Yes. What do? I don't see black. I don't see white. I see gray America. No, you don't. You lying dog. What do you see? Oh, those evil people that worked hard and went to college, that they made a lot of money. Yeah, there's people that rob people and get to the top. Let the police deal with them, or let the government deal with them. But you in Congress, that you're in on scams, and you know when some company's going to be bought out, it's all right for you guys to purchase extra shares in a company. It's business as usual for your crony crew. But if any American wants to do the same thing you guys do, we got to go to jail for it. So let me tell you something, Mr. Obama, you and your cronies, all your crooks. Resnick is in jail. Oh, Resnick? Who's Resnick? You bought property with him in Illinois. He sold you your land, and guess what kind of a scam deal he did? Let's see. You guys both bought a parcel of land way below the value what the land is going for in Illinois. Way below, in a ritzy, upscale neighborhood. And after you purchased it and he purchased one, he sold you part of his property and made his property worthless. Okay. was one hand washing the other? Okay. Sweetheart deal. And where's Resnick now for doing the same kind of thing? Jail. Your buddy Resnick behind bars. You remember your other buddy there, the Blojkovic or whatever his name is? He said for a while that this thing goes all the way up to the president. He was going to spill the beans. All of a sudden, he took a couple years in house jail or whatever thing. Why? Because it could be. Did your buddy Rahm Emanuel or somebody say they were going to kill his family or something? Castellano, you saying conspiracy? Yes. He said he had all kinds of evidences, went all the way up to the president. All of a sudden, he's quiet. Could it be Chicago gangland type? Castellano's not saying it. I read the blogs. So, think about it. Maybe. I don't know. It sounds like it could be. It sounds plausible. Is Castellano saying it? No. I'm repeating it, and it sounds good to me. Anyway, let's get to some of the other sites. Folks, you know what? I usually don't like to say something. This is something that Castellano will hold back in an argument. Why hold back? He doesn't. Obama's parents met 4 years after he was born, according to him. Okay? It's like his grandfather's father fought in the war. It's before their time. Okay, but anyways, it may be hard to believe that, but our president actually claims he had been born 4 years after he was born. Perhaps some kind of twisted turn of the Messiah story? Yeah? Folks, let me tell you a little something about this guy. I'm going to tell you what he is. He's a bastard. What are you saying, Cass? Excuse me a second. I got the American dictionary, the English language. And I even kept the page turned. Okay. Page 19. A child born and begotten out of wedlock. That's you, Mr. Obama. A bastard. Bastard. You why? Well, your daddy, your playboy daddy, came to the United States and was a womanizer. He was already married to somebody else in his country. You know, he gave birth to a couple of your brothers, and they live in huts now. And, of course, we know about old Aunt Tutti Frutti there from there, that she's here illegally. And who else is there? Oh, your uncle, that he works at a liquor store, that he's supposed to have been kicked out of the country because he's supposed to have been deported 3 times. He's working back at the liquor store. Folks, the law only applies to you and me, not the Obamas. Mr. Obama's been playing golf. You know how much golf he's played? Over 3 months worth. Not he's played 3 months worth of days. If you put all the time he's been on the golf course since he's been a president in his 3 years, he's been on the course 3 months worth. All those hours he's been on the course. You think he cares? You think his wife, when she goes to Spain, would have, hey, let's bring all my friends, we're going to Spain. It's on the, I'll pay for the security. What the, it doesn't cost me nothing. I'll just put it on the White House, but we'll take Air Force One. We'll buy fancy purses. I'll buy $2,000 dresses. We'll have fancy parties at the White House. We'll have every rapper known to man, every rhythm and blues singer. We'll have, what's her name? Lady Gaga. The goof, Tony Bennett, singing songs over there. Tony Benedetto. No, not related to Corey. Lady Gaga, half Italian. So Castellano's not picking on any kind of race. I'm just telling you. All the goofs as usual. George Lucas, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, you know how all the characters I play in movies are gay? Yeah, you fruit pie. Johnny Depp, Tim Burton, Blood Vials. We're going to have a party. We're not going to tell anybody. I'll get my Chewbacca costume. George Lucas says, Chewbacca, Chewbacca. Anyway, big parties, big. They spend money. Steak dinner. What we're going to have? We're going to have the guy from the Chinese thing, the dictator. Steak dinner for you? Yeah, who? Steak dinners. We'll have steak dinners for everybody. Saudi Arabian king, I'll kiss your ring, I'll bow, I'll do a tap dance, I'll wear my scarf, whatever I got to do. What do you do, though? Brett Netanyahu from Israel? The guy's sitting on the other side of the White House all by himself. You leave him there. Our biggest ally. I think... Let me get back to this, because Castellano wants to say a lot of crazy things, and I'm going to hold myself back. Let's go on to the next page. Obama calls Hawaii Asia. He calls Hawaii Asia. You know, he's in Hawaii. Remember, folks, he was supposed to be born there. He wasn't born in the United States. You know, he didn't want to reason. Castellano's going to tell you what he thinks. His mother was white, poor, communist. His dad was black, from Kenya. They had a kid. They weren't married, didn't have any money. So what do? Castellano really believes this. I mean, if you guys are going to hate me, I'm going to tell you what I think, okay? But I'm not politically correct. I tell you what I think. Back then, in those days, they didn't know that there was this kind of stuff was going to happen. So even to now, in most communities, if you're going to have a baby, you know what you do once you have a baby? You call up the paper. Hi, this is so-and-so. I just had a son. It was born on the 18th, and I'd like to thing and declare him that he was born at such and such and such a, and they do. And they put it in the paper, pronouncement. Nobody looks. Nobody thinks it's going to be anything like this. Well, why would the Obamas do that? It cost $60 in those days to put it in the paper. Can I say welfare? Why? Because they didn't have any money. They want to get money off the system. So if he said he was born in the United States instead of Kenya, where he probably was born, okay, they wouldn't have been able to get. He wouldn't get American citizenship because his father's from Kenya. So what they did was after he was born, hello, yes, yeah, Luau newspaper, yeah. We're proud or happy to pronounce, look, they're poor people. They don't have money to pay $60. People don't even have funerals in the city that people really can't afford it because they can't afford it. But broke people spend $60 to put it in a newspaper out there. Maybe because they want to collect welfare checks and live on your dime. Just a thought, but I'm probably right. And you know what? I'm not picking anybody. Remember, he's half white. It's probably his mother's idea. Not his philanthropist. What's the word? Philanthropist? Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I can't talk now because I'm angry. His father, whoring around, chasing every girl here or there. You know, he thinks he's, look, how clean could you be if you're from Kenya? Think about it now. I got to be honest with you. These guys live in huts. What's this grow? They must have been doing a whole lot of pot smoking and all lighting, what's that, incense and stuff like that the Jamaicans use to make the room smell nice? And some, they were going, from Kenya? Oh, you had all their wives in Kenya. I'm sorry to be disrespectful. So anyways, you're a bastard. American Dictionary of English? Language. Now, hold on. Ron Paul predicts Obamalies. Oh, Mr. Paul, you're a little late. Castellano's been saying it for a long time. Folks, should have been in the last show. Obama says he's a Christian. Excuse me a second. That dirties my palate. Then talks about biblical, uncollective biblical collective salvation. There is not one mention of collective salvation in the Obama context found to be in the Bible. The only collective salvation is mentioned in NT refers to salvation of all individual Christians shared because they are in Christ. There is no mention in the Bible of its New Testament that one can only become a Christian unless someone else does also. So folks, when he says he's a Christian, I don't know what kind of Christian. Oh, black liberation theology. Like Jesus was a black man and yeah, right. Folks, look into what you hear. When somebody says they want to use Christians, when these guys that kill people and they say they're Christians, they're not Christians. Real Christians don't do that. Real Christians don't believe in gay marriage. They believe in marriage between a man and woman. They believe that it's against abortion. And real Christians think that everybody, yeah, they should help people. But a real Christian thing to do would be, if you're able to work. Okay? Do your fair share. Because when you go in to reap in the fields, you reap what you sow, what you take. If you don't reap anything, you don't eat. Okay, like I said, that doesn't mean handicapped people. That doesn't mean people unable to. That means people that are lazy or trying to look for a loophole. Castellano used to be one of them. And I'm sorry to say, I've changed. No, I'm not sorry. So I'm happy to say I changed. Excuse me. Anyway. Okay. Obama using SEAL Team 6 for pictures. Hey, did you know the truth? If it was up to Obama, SEAL Team 6 wouldn't exist. But since they was there, and George Bush already put them in motion, we got him dead to nuts. They had him for over a month beforehand. Obama was thinking, well, what can we do? What can we do? He was doing everything. Hello, Iran, do you mind if we kill oh, yeah. Hey, listen, Saudi Arabian king. Oh, it's okay. Listen, the only reason that the Libyan dictator, Muammar Gaddafi, was taken down because he was blackballed by the Arab community. Why? Because he got scared when Saddam went down. He thought they were next, so what did he do? He gave up his nuclear arms. As soon as they did that, they saw he was a coward, so they blackballed him. So Obama knew he could go in there and they could destroy him because they didn't care about him, because he was an infidel. That's the real reason. So when he poses with SEAL Team 6, like he did everything, if it was up to him, Gaddafi would still be around, and so would Osama bin Laden. Obama links the Fast and Furious. Well, his buddy there, Eric Holder, oh, I know nothing about it. I just learned about it recently. Obama's giving speeches 2 months earlier, and the president is not ahead of the security of a country, saying he knows about it, and he's talking about it. You can see it on YouTube. But your buddy Eric Holder, he knows nothing about it. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. The usual suspects. I'm going to get a little in depth here for a second. Fast and Furious was established to get guns in the hands of cartels and then to track those weapons and see how the market functioned. The program has failed miserably, highlighted by the killing of a U.S. agent by the weapons used in the program. Project Fast and Furious was funded by $10 million in stimulus. The real reason they funded Fast and Furious, they never knew people were going to find out about it. They wanted the guns to go out there so then we could catch them coming back into the United States, and we could say we gotta get rid of the Second Amendment because President Obama doesn't believe in a Second Amendment. Any of his cronies, take all the guns off the streets. Just the criminals have them. Okay. The Obama administration is raising scrutiny of gun buyers in the border states rather than investigating Fast and Furious, a program that armed criminals with no scrutiny at all. Obama's health care lies mounting. Well, let's get a couple of health care things. If we pass this, everybody's health care is going to go down cheaper. It's going to be cheaper for everybody. You freaking liar. Am I allowed to say freaking?
Freaking's fine.
Freaking's fine. You freaking liar.
Flippin'.
Okay? It's increased. It's tripled. Everybody that pays that it's tripled. Okay? You know what? People get less for their money because of you loser liar. Go back to Kenya. Anyway, it's going to be cheaper. The president said this. This is how smart your president is.
Watch the video.
Yeah, watch the video. Look at. As he gives the details of a man with gallstones stain. The man said this to him. They delayed his treatment, and because of this delay of his treatment, he died. Yeah, the man told you, hey, they delayed my treatment of my gallstone surgery, so I died. And the president tells it on TV, and people let him get away with it. How can a guy tell you he died of because he delayed shooting? He died. He didn't die. Anyways, in fact, the man didn't die because the insurance company rescinded his coverage once he became ill. The efforts of his sister in office of Illinois Attorney General Lisa Madigan got his policy reinstated within 3 weeks. Okay, and summoned the wrong line. Got it within 3 weeks of the April 2005 recession and secured a life-extending stem cell transplant for him. He died nearly 4 years after the insurance shut down. 4 years. The guy died because he had his gallstone removed. He told you that personally himself. You goof! Perhaps you can't tell the story. A lie. He may have been just misinformed, but the story that he told multiple times about the mother has some newfound facts that contradict his story. Obama would say the insurance company was saying maybe there's a pre-existing condition and we don't have to pay your medical bills. Well, Mr. Obama, the lies are all here. Let's just see if there's anything else before I sum things up. Obama's pledged to cut deficit in half. Soon after he took office, he pledged that administration would cut the deficit in half. Closing in on the last year of his term, his pledge made in February 2009 is laughable. And just another item on his list of lies. He tripled it. I'm going to cut it in half. Vote for me. Vote for me. You're a liar. Obama and Chrysler. Oh, they paid it all back. Well, Mr. Obama, you didn't pay it all back. At this point right now, you owe. Factcheck.org notes that taxpayers are still left, $1.3 billion in the hole after the remaining shares of government owned were sold to fiat. We're even. Oh, yeah. 1.3 million, Chrysler. You guys got a lot of union guys that are going to vote for me. Here, take it. Take it. It's stimulus money. It's free. It's not coming out of my pocket. Mr. Obama, you're a liar, and Castellano says so.